Hi everyone, this is the FIDE master Alessandro Santagati, and in this video we will see how play against the advanced variation of the French. I'll play it with black pieces. Okay, let's go to see it. So e4, e6. I remember that this is the first video of this series about the advanced variation, so I will do other videos about that to have a complete knowledge about this opening. And after d4, okay, we played d5, so the French came, and in this video, in this series, we will study the move e5, so the advanced variation, how to play against it. The first question should be why white push the pawn. White pushes the pawn to take space on the king side, so in this kind of position, usually the white plan for the middle game will be make an attack on the king side. So the right question to do is, what's the plan for black in this kind of position? What black can do here? Usually in this kind of position, the best plan for black is play against the center. So play on the center to counter-attack on the center. This is a good strategy. For example, we know that the pawn e5 is good for white because this pawn gives space. But at the same time, we can see that this pawn is in your side, and so this pawn can be a target for your pieces, and you can attack it. Okay. The first question is, can you attack the pawn with the pawn f? Can you attack immediately with f6? Okay, let's do a try. If you play f6, you attack e5, but there is a problem, because playing f6 you weaken your king, and if you weaken your king, white can take an advantage with it. So white can play bishop d3, and bishop d3 can allow queen h5. So if you ignore it, after f takes e5, queen h5, this attack is too strong because your king is under attack and the g6 doesn't work, because after g6, white can simply play bishop takes g6 and the pawn is pinned because the rook is without defenders, and white now is much better. For this reason, f6 can be an idea to attack e5, but it's not the right strategy because you weaken a lot your king and it is not good for you. For this reason, the right strategy in this kind of position is attack the pawn chain, because e5 can be easier attack e5 if you can attack d4. And for this reason, now the right move for black is play c5 now. c5 is correct because playing c5 you can make pressure against d4. For white, in this position it's very important to have the pawn on d4, and for white is wrong take on c5, because if white will take on c5, you can simply go forward with the development playing Nc6. And after that, the pawn e5 is under attack and the pawn c5 is under attack, so black can retake the pawn and can take a strategical advantage, because after that the white structure is not very good and black is fine. For this reason, white should defend the pawn d4, and white should defend this pawn with another pawn, because if white defend with a knight, for example knight f3, you can simply take the pawn immediately without big problems. And that's fine, because after that e5 is a target. It's very important to remove this defender on d4. So, and the same thing if bishop e3, you can simply take the pawn and then play knight c6, and black is fine again. So, when you play c5, it's very important for white to defend this pawn with another pawn. So c3 is forced now. It's very important for white to play c3 to defend e4. And now we can go forward playing knight c6. We develop a piece and we make pressure against d4 and e5, and white can continue with knight f3 to defend d4 with a knight. Now there are a lot of moves that black can do, but my tip is play queen b6. Queen b6 is very good because you add pressure against d4, and after this move there are some moves that white can do. White can play, for example, bishop e2, white can play a3, the main variation, a3 in this kind of position. And the white can also play bishop d3, a very aggressive variation. Usually the idea about bishop d3 is sacrifice the pawn, not immediately, but because now black cannot take immediately the pawn because there is a trick. If you take immediately, you lose the game because there is bishop b5 check. So to avoid this trick, it's very important for black play first after this bishop d7, and for example after castle king side, you can take the pawn. Black can win a pawn, but white has the initiative, so it's very sharp variation, very sharp position. And in the next videos, we will study also this variation to understand well how to play it with black. At the moment, it's all important to understand that there is this variation, but we will study it in the future videos. And okay, so let's say after so there are three main variations: bishop d3, bishop e2, or a3. If white played maybe strange moves, for example b3 or maybe bishop e3, okay, bishop e3 is very easy because you can simply take the pawn b2 and you win a pawn without problems. So okay, it's very easy. Understand this move. What can white do? Maybe b3. We need to defend the pawn b2, but also b3 is bad because you can simply play c takes d4, and after c takes d4, bishop b4 check, and now when I need to cover the king, and the only move looks bishop d2, you can win the pawn, and black won a pawn, and black has a very big advantage here. So b3 is not good for white. Other moves, I don't know, could be d takes e5, but I don't like d takes e5 because you can simply take with the bishop, and you can make a good pressure against f2. So black is fine again. So black is without problems. Okay, so this video is an introduction about the French advanced variation, only to see the general ideas, the general plans, and the general development that black can follow. In the next videos, we will focus attention about all the variations. The next video will be focused about the variation a3, and so we will go to study that variation. And I remember that if you have questions, if you have tips about this video, about this series of video, feel free to write in the comment. I will be happy to answer you. So for this video is all. Thank you for watching it, and see you for the next. Bye. Remember to follow me on social networks and share the video with your friends. Thanks.